So for those people who are unfamiliar with the series, can you tell us a little bit about the Ship Simulator series?
Sure, I can. Ship Simulator is, well, it's a maritime simulator game. All versions, they focus on a core gameplay element of ship simulating, navigating your ship throughout different conditions. We've started out in 2005 with Ship Simulator 2006. Had several different versions from there. We have created an add-on for 2006. Then we created a 2008 version. It was pretty successful for the simulator genre, maritime simulator genre. We sold 450,000 units, and that's why we're expanding on the series and making a new next installment basically. So, and that's going to be Ship Simulator Extremes.
I understand you have pretty hardcore fans.
Yes. We have very dedicated core community of simulator fans, and we noticed that we have a forum where they get together and online where they play together, and so we want to stick true to our core audience. We're not going to alienate them with the next version, but of course we're also going to broaden the audience with the next version. So and we're going to do that by scaling the difficulty level, so people can just tune up the difficulty level and absolutely control everything on board the bridge and make it as difficult as they want, or they can scale it down a bit and make it more accessible for players that are not that into the maritime world but still love boats and the action that a captain lives. So that's basically the idea. Yeah.
How important is the feedback from the community and their...
Oh, it is very important. It's very important. We have a very, like I told you, a very dedicated community, and we're asking them for what would you like to see in the next game. And then actually we're taking that with us while we design and develop the next game, and we see where we can match with their requests, because you can't please everyone, of course, but we're definitely taking their feedback with us to create the new game, absolutely. So, yeah. Without our audience, we're nothing, so they are very important to us, absolutely, sure.
So you used to have a year at the end of the title. This time it's Extreme. Can you tell us why you chose that?
Well, it is Extremes. First of all, we decided to skip the 2010. First of all, because we're coming out in 2010, so that's one thing. We're taking our time to develop this one because we want to make it something different. It has a lot of different features which we can go into later, but we lost 2010. Basically, it's a decision. We want to. There's so much more to this game than just putting a. We expect the cycle for this one to be longer, and by limiting it to 2010 would not do it justice. So we just skipped the 2010 and just made it Ship Simulator Extremes, and then we can build upon that even with add-on packs and stuff like that. So yeah. So I don't think it's just a decision to keep it, make it better. The game, it's not worth putting a 2010 year on it. So we're just gonna expand on it.
So speaking of those features, what are those?
Well, we have lots of different features, of course. First of all, what we're going to do is the previous versions had single missions. You had to, now we're creating storylines. We're basing all our missions on real events. So the missions that are in the game are things that actual captains, missions that actual captains have sailed and have lived through. So we've also signed a cooperation with Greenpeace, so we can use their vessels inside the game. That opens up an entire new range of missions, ecological missions. We will have you save the whales. We will have you evacuate islands that are threatened from a volcanic disaster. So we have a wide range of Greenpeace missions, but it's not only Greenpeace. It's just one of the campaigns in the game. So we'll also have you sail a mammoth tanker through a real big storm, or have you fight a fire on an oil rig, evacuate people from an oil rig, first put out the fire with water cannons and then evacuate the people and get out there. Or even photograph an illegal facility and then try to get out and get to the press with the photos while you're being chased by a Soviet Navy, for example. So they're realistic missions based on real events, but they're very varied. So and we're putting those into campaign storyline campaign, so people identify more with the role of captain than before, because they were only just single missions before, but we're putting them, making new missions and new campaigns for that. So we have something for everyone. So the real hardcore fans, they like their slower vessels, they have tugboats, they have huge oil tankers, and then of course we have faster vessels, we have power boats, we have fast rescue vessels, Coast Guard patrol vessels, hovercrafts even, so there's something for everybody there. Yeah, sure, absolutely. And same goes for the environments. We're adding Sydney, we're adding the Antarctic, so people can sail basically all over the world in well-known environments and get their thing. Oh yeah, and the Titanic's also back. It used to be in 2006, 2008. It's also back in 2010. So yeah. Yes, we have a very nice audience that likes the Titanic, so we're still sticking with that.
So finally, where are you at in development right now, and when can we expect Ship Simulator Extreme?
It's coming out Q1 2010, so we're now very much full in development, so we're on schedule for the moment. We just signed with Paradox because we used to be with Lighthouse. We all know how that story went, so now we are with Paradox, and we're still very happy to be with them. And yeah, if everything goes well, we'll be coming out Q1 2010.
All right. Thank you much for your time.
Thank you.